which is this weakness in this. Secondly, this goes against basically the attracting talent. You see, now no doubt the emoluments of judges are good, the perks are there, but still the as friends Justice Gupta, Mr. Sreen, Mr. Bopara, they are earning so much that many people will not come as judges. After 2-3 years you will see if they transfer policies again. The people will not like to come, like to go there to Guwahati. Nobody will like to go from here to Guwahati to be a judge. Unless people are very social minded or people want to serve the society in that sense. So it is no doubt it is a very difficult, it is also there because one thing is that people expect too much, their aspiration of people. You see, when there is a sea of turbulent sea of corruption, degradation in society, it is not very practical to expect that there will be islands of excellence for all times. After all, judges come from the same society.
Right.
So things have crept in also. That requires some remedy. This is one of them. So if there are certain really people, of course this erodes undoubtedly confidence of the people when the judges are practicing, the judges are there and so many of their relations are practicing.
Yeah, the son,
and
their
sometimes
wife.
they make earn so much that people start. So that is, there is. Principally, it is constitution permits that, but transfers can be there.
May I add, Chief Saab, to what you have said? I totally agree with you. But I'd like to add that the word transfer itself implies that there is that you are being branded as dishonest.
You are not serious.
On a very personal note, when I was offered judgeship almost 2 decades ago, and I was told that I was going to be transferred and sent to another court, I found absolutely no logic and reason in it. I said, why should I leave my hometown and go out as if I've been branded from the word go to accept judgeship somewhere else? As Chief Justice Kang said, accepting judgeship means a great drop, 20 to 30 times in your income if you're a successful lawyer. Now, I'm willing to. I was then and I would be today. I'm far too old now to accept judgeship.
Who said that?
To accept judgeship because I do it for the sake of my country, I do it in public interest, and I want to, conferring judgeship means recognition of your talent at the bar, and you've been a successful person.
Right. But you mentioned that word, like they are branded.
Automatically, everyone in the bar assumes that. And that is why my next point is that if this policy of transfer is made more transparent and more open, that we are transferring you in public interest because we need an expert in a particular field in that court. Nobody would think of that. But poor transferred judge is the only one in this country in our constitution who has no remedy whatsoever. The Supreme Court itself has ruled that you are transferred, you can't challenge it. You can appeal to the collegium to reconsider it. But he can't file a writ petition, he has to go.
Right.
And for everyone else, we have the judiciary, our only hope, our last hope in the country, which is keeping our democracy alive.
Right. Justice Gupta, should judges preside over courts where their kith and kins are practicing? What's your take on that?
Yes and no. If I am good, it doesn't matter who is practicing. And if I am not, I should not be appointed, basically. But to allay all fears, if a person is practicing, supposing my son joins the bar,
right,
I should either send him or opt for my own transfer. That should happen voluntarily.
This is what he did. His progeny is not practicing here.
Nidhesh is not practicing here. That's okay. But
I think that's a wonderful. You see, it is a system of self-governance, self-imposed restrictions.
The judge should tell the Chief Justice of India, my son is practicing or he is going to join the bar. Either transfer me or I'll have to send him out.
Yeah, it's
Why
information.
Yes,
should come out.
But let me tell you, if I am bad and I am transferred, my transfer will not change me.
Definitely.
If I am bad, I would remain bad.
That's right.
So you should check me at the threshold. Find out everything before you appoint. Transfer with a stigma is bad. Transfer as a policy may not be.
May not be, right. Right. Mr. Boparai, now.
Well, I seem to again agree with what former Chief Justice, Justice Gupta has said. But there have to be guidelines, and like he said, that it should be known right at the beginning. And whoever is being elevated should take a call whether he would like to get transferred or he would like to send his
So
Kithokin
there are no
away.
specific guidelines yet?
No. And there shouldn't be any selective transfers. There should be a policy or a guideline. Like 3 people are being transferred, others are not being transferred. There should be a policy. There should not be any selective targeting.
Right.
So that's what I feel. But whatever he said, I endorse the view.
Justice, come to a wider issue now. Should the judicial standards and the accountability bill replace the Judges Inquiry Act? See, 1968.
It's my personal view that there should be some mechanism to monitor, to oversee the judges' conduct also. This is not sufficient that judges' conscience is the best guide and best check. There should be something, because this impeachment is not, it's not practical. This is our experience when there was not even a single dissension. Nobody even voted against the motion in the case of Justice Ramaswamy. Only Congress people boycotted. So this is very difficult. It is impossible rather to impeach. And there is no system of disciplining errant judges. There have been cases now. There are cases even now pending. So there should be some mechanism. This is, I think, very toothless sort of legislation, which will not improve things.
Justice Gupta, you're appearing in the Supreme Court. What is the sentiment over there?
My personal view is the existing system is excellent. Judicial independence is very important. A judge should be able to decide without fear or favor. This is the basic norm of a judge's functioning. Now, if that is to be made effective, he must be totally independent and free of all fear. Now, so far as accountability is concerned, a judge does not work in a closed chamber. He doesn't work in a secret room. He works in an open court, which is an open air theatre, in the presence of lawyers. Both sides are represented. A reasoned judgment follows. That judgment is subject to the scrutiny of the appellate court, the revisional court, etc., etc. Then members of the bar judge the judge each day. Every judge is under the scrutiny of a member of the bar. Then media monitors court proceedings from moment to moment.
Correct.
What more is required to show accountability? And accountable to whom? To himself? To the people who are fighting before him? To the parties? Or to the government, which itself is the single largest litigant in court?
I'd
Mr.
like to
Sareen,
add
right.
there that while I agree with Justice Gupta that the independence of the judiciary is of the utmost and the foremost importance, but I don't agree that we don't need somebody to judge the judges. It is very essential. Members of the bar, especially senior advocates, can make have an opinion within the first few weeks of appearing before a particular judge. But they have no avenue to go to in case they find the judge is errant. They're totally helpless. They go and meet the Chief Justice. The Chief Justice turns around, he says, I can't do anything. He's an equal judge. They can go to the Chief Justice of India. But we have to set a system in place. It's more relevant today than it was at the time of the framers of the Constitution gave us this wonderful Constitution.
Right.
But we have no such system. Impeachment, as Chief Justice Kang said, is a toothless.
So what? Yeah.
May I just interrupt you? Impeachment is not of Indian origin. It came to us from the English. They introduced it during the medieval days, 12th century or 13th century. Till now in England, there have been only 2 impeachments.
Oh, that's all right.
1346 was
but-
the first, 18 something was the second.
Right.
During the last 200 years, there has been no impeachment in England.
But can I give
They
you
have
the
not-
number of instances?
Just
Justice
one
Gupta?
second. They have not given up. In America, it has been there for centuries. The number of judges impeached would be very low. Now look at the other side. In America, they have introduced a rule. A judge can be, a complaint can be made against a judge if he suffers from a disability. And one of the disabilities suggested is if he dozes off during the hearing of a case.
Okay.
It's a disability.
All right.
A complaint can be made. Now, the judges there are feeling that they're like sitting ducks. One of the judges has used the expression that you have something creeping under you in your bathtub. You have a crocodile in your bathtub. You can't work
Right.
because you all the time feel that there's somebody overseeing everything. Whereas in our system, a judge is totally fearless, whether he decides in favor of the government or against the government. He is fearless because he knows that he is not liable to be.
Right. Justice Gupta, we
Dragged
are
into
left
it.
with very few minutes. Mr. Boparai, you're a member of a High Court bar. What is your reaction on this now?
See, I feel for a very good administration of justice, it's very important to have a very independent judiciary, and they should be fully protected and padded from outside criticism if you want good administration of justice. But at the same time, there has to be some sort of mechanism. You know, a system in one country may not be very good in another
Another country, right.
So we have gone through a lot of evolution since independence, and the constitution provided for impeachment, but you have a lot of instances. So there has to be some mechanism where all the wings of the constitution sit together and work out a system by which the foremost thing is that the independence of judiciary should not be eroded, but there has to be a mechanism by which there is some sort of system where
And
some sort of
pray
accountability.
kindly tell me who would watch the watchman?
Well, there has
If
to
you
be
want a watchman, who will watch the watchman?
That is exactly
That is
where
exactly
we
the-
have to find
we
a
have a
system.
very good Chief
Right.
Justice
We have
of
to.
India.
We are very happy. The layman today, if you ask him, is he happy with the judiciary? All of them. We have to find
We
a
have a
system.
very good Chief
Right.
Justice
We have
of
to.
India.
We are very happy. The layman today, if you ask him, is he happy with the judiciary? All of them have the absolute faith in our judicial system.
right.
And they in fact go to the extent of saying, if it weren't for our judiciary in our country, our democracy would have died many years ago. But at the same time, when you start getting the instances of something going wrong within the judiciary, and especially when it comes from the Chief Justice of India's mouth, then it is a cause to worry, and we must get something in place before it's too late.
Mr. Serene, we have a very latest development which happened yesterday. While we go into the towards the end of the discussion, a last comment which I need from all of you. We were talking about the corruption. So here it is. It was a very stunning accusation made by the former Union Law Minister Shanti Bhushan. He submitted a list of 16 ex-Chief Justices of India in a sealed cover to the Supreme Court yesterday, in which he has given 8 names of ex-Chief Justices and have written that they're definitely corrupt. So,
Well, I would say that that is his personal opinion. Our judiciary is so highly respected, not within the country, but internationally. And to go to that extent, I'm sorry, I will not agree with him. There may have been some aberrations, there may have been some instances of impropriety, but you can't say that 8 were definitely dishonest or corrupt.
a very quick reaction from you, Justice
The
Gupta.
very fact that the judiciary has permitted him shows that we are open to accountability. We have no objection to anybody looking over at us.
Right.
That's the freedom available in this country, and yet we want more checks. What for?
Justice Kang.
Since it is a case, the thing has cropped up of a case, I won't like to comment on this.
And Mr. Boparai.
I have no
Last word
information
from
or
you.
direct information or knowledge about all that, so I won't be able to comment on this. But we have a good Chief Justice of India. I'm sure whatever he does is going to do good for the system.
All right, fine, no comments. Thank you, gentlemen, for sparing your valuable time to be a part of this very useful discussion. Judiciary is one of the pillars of any democratic system, and when this pillar itself becomes the subject of intense debate, the people are at a loss to understand where they should turn for justice. So it is important that the judiciary sets its house in order and fast. With that, we end this episode of Day and Night Prime. See you on Monday, same time. Till then, good luck and goodbye.